接下来我们来关注肆虐非洲的埃博拉疫情。
病情的迅速发展以及近90%的死亡率震惊了全世界。
目前已经有上千人感染了该病毒。
埃博拉疫情肆虐西非。
埃博拉病毒迄今为止发现的致死率最高的病毒之一，尚无有效疗法。
After departure from Beijing, the Chinese table tennis team delegation had just arrived at Istanbul airport for transferring to Tunisia, while the Ebola virus disease was spreading rapidly in Africa. We were not going to participate in international matches, but we were part of the ITTF Dream Building Program, which is called the China-Africa Project. The aim of this initiative is for broad promotion and better development to promote the sport throughout globally. In order to make the most of this sport, to also help the development of African table tennis, the Chinese Table Tennis Association has sent a combination of 1 retired player and 4 junior players, a total of 5 national players plus 2 national team coaches to join this unique project. After 12 hours flight, we arrived at the destination Tunisia, which is located in the northern section of the continent. From the airport to the Costa Hotel in Ariana Governorate, it took us about half an hour's ride. Thanks to the fascinating exotic scenes and the sapphire-like sea, our concerns and anxieties faded away immediately. After a relaxing afternoon, the team members were getting into active mode. They were ready for the 5 days training camp.
感觉兴奋。
以前来过这里吗？
没来过。
没有来过这里。
这是第一次。
第一次。
As the eldest team member, Liang Geliang has a decorated career. He has become world champion for 6 times on extensive experiences.
Liang Geliang 连胜2局，战胜了伊藤繁雄。
The other 4 Chinese players are all active athletes from National Table Tennis Youth Team. From their playing styles, we can see the sincerity of the CTTA.
我们这次来的运动员4个运动员呢，2男2女，然后呢有直板有横板，有反交有正交，有这个左手有右手。体现出来中国运动员的不同打法、不同风格、不同技战术的特点都可以看到。
其实选他们也是有自己的考虑的。
对，他们基本上包含了我们基本上这些颗粒交、反交、左手、正手、直板、横板这些都有，基本上包含全面的。
In order to help African athletes improve their skills as much as they can, not only did the 2 national team coaches deliberated over the team member selection, but also they racked their brains on setting out training program.
听说就是这个方案也是改了3次的。
对，当时做的时候，第一次是训练量比较大的，基本上模拟我们国家队的这种训练量。然后之后，因为它是中英文都要嘛，所以呢比较繁杂一点。然后发给非洲乒协之后，非洲这边反映的情况是，他们的运动员吃不了这么大量，然后就给他们做了一个小的。做这个小的之后呢，发现可能有些运动员水平高一点的，可能吃不饱。就是运动量对他们来说太小了，所以呢，最后第3遍的时候是把他们2个结合到一起，上午用的是原来大一点的运动量，下午可能适当的运动量小一点，可能这个计划对他们来说更好一点。
The high-intensity training schedule didn't scare off these African kids. Overall, a total of nearly 40 players attended the training course, representing the National Association of China, Egypt, Algeria, Libya, South Africa, Tunisia, and so on. On day 1, in order to get information about everyone's basic and strength, the coaches set up ranking matches by the form of winning key points. Each game started from the score 8-8, and the players would fight for several final points. All players were divided into girls and boys to play a round-robin tournament.
第二呢，打8平的比赛，在中国队是经常使用的，它是一种关键球的练心理、练一些心理素质、练一些临场的应变能力的一个比赛。对于队员今后打大赛的时候，如果碰到这种情况，他会该用什么技战术去对付，去发挥自己的东西很关键。
The first play is Yang. Now please raise hand, Yang. The second play is Yuan. Yuan, raise please. Yeah. The third play is Haji from Tunisia.
Meanwhile, in junior boys group, Fang Yingchi and Geng Zihao won the first and second place respectively. After key point matches, the players were divided into 2 groups according to their results, and were guided differently during the training sessions. Today's major content was multiple practice. After the demonstration from Chinese players and coaches, all players began to practice one with another. During the lecture, instead of standing there and only watching, the African coaches used their video cameras to film this precious moment.
I feel good. The Chinese player, he's very good. He plays very nice. I can do nothing.
It was amazing. I love it, and I practice well. The way we practice was an excellent way. It was good, and I love it.
Maybe because the chance of training with Chinese team was so precious, everyone was very excited even after the first day's high-intensity training. However, it was just the beginning. Could African players hold on in the following days?
I watch Chinese table tennis. Fan Zhenjiang.
Do you like Taekwondo?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love his play style.
Today's training focused on techniques and tactics. During teaching and demonstration sessions by Chinese coaches and players, we noticed this player was particularly conscientious. Her name is Abir. She is from Tunisia. After we make further contact, we discovered she was not only conscientious in class, but also in practice. In yesterday's ranking matches, Abir only lost to 2 Chinese players and got 3rd place. Instead of being satisfied with this result, she desired a higher goal.
اليوم
ما تغششت انت علاش تغششت؟ فما حاجه غششتك علاش؟
عركات برشا حاجات كيما الفليب الروفير بتكايزو الروفير ولا فليب بتكايزو 3 توب سبين.
Emotionally unstable, irritable, this will cause great effects on an athlete's field performance. But experienced Chinese coach Zhang Qing had unique education methods.
他可能是在这里面水平算是比较好的一个，也比较有上进心。一训练的时候，有时候打不着了，就容易生气上火。还算是比较要求，自尊心很强的一个运动员，很有个性。 那就是他犯这种情况，你是怎样去开导他？我第一是叫他不要生气，不能发脾气。然后第二个是多鼓励他，我觉得不错不错。然后他有些技术方面出现一些会经常往后退后的一些，我会提醒他，我说你不要往后退，要多往前迎。但是这孩子还是不错，有时候他一生气想发脾气的时候，我一提醒他，他都能很认真地听取我的意见。
After 2 hard days of training, the stamina of the members were obviously running low. When the morning training session finished, everyone felt exhausted.
A little tired.
The training was very good, and I'm very tired now.
累不累？
累，是假的。
衣服都湿了。
第二届了。
第二届了。
After the first 3 days training and outdoors activity, team members were becoming familiar with each other. Model Yang Yanmei even got her first ever fan. In our channel's WeChat public account, a Chinese social network service, we misspelled Yang's name in the story of the China-Africa project. To show our sincerity apology, the next day we put a photo of her in the news. It's a refined picture which can rival true model's work. Because of this artistic picture, the nickname model for Yang spread around. That also brought her first ever fan, teammate Yuan Xuejiao. During our shooting, her enthusiastic fan Yuan Xuejiao even carried the video camera for an interview with Yang.
Hello， 模特，你今天比赛什么感受？这一天
小编的，你要把提起来。
外景拍的怎么样？感觉？
非常。
给你拍的美吗？
非常美啊，比本人漂亮太多。
没有啊，没有本人漂亮啊。我觉得还是本人比较漂亮，是吧？更有气质。
今天就美多了，为什么？心态不一样，对，是吧？
好了，比赛要开始了，
有信心吗？
当然有信心。开始准备活动了。
看看模特的腿，身材太顶了。哎呀。
After a short time of fun, the DHS challenge was coming. The regulations were different from key point matches of day 1. We had best of 5 sets under 11-point system. It was time for real battle. Organized on a 2-stage basis, the first stage saw each country on view allocated 1 group. The players finishing in first place in each group advanced the final group. Thus, the final group saw just 1 player from each nation in action. Rankings would be decided by the points each player got in the final group. In the Chinese players' internal tryout, Yuan Xuejiao defeated Yang Yanmei to book the only ticket for the girls' final group. Meanwhile, the boys' singles champion of day 1, Yang Yingchi, lost to teammate Geng Zihao and missed the qualification. In other qualification matches, the fiercest one must be within the Tunisians. Abir wasn't the only one who was eager to win. Her teammate, Fedwa, burst into tears after losing a match. But later on, Fedwa picked up her paddle and won 2 matches in a row. Fedwa qualified by head-to-head results between Abir. The final round-robin began. In the girls' singles event, Yuan Xuejiao maintained an unblemished record to secure the first place, finishing ahead of Tunisia's Fedwa Garci. Egypt's Shard Makar won the 3rd place. In the boys' singles event, Geng Zihao's road to champion wasn't as smooth as Yuan's. He only beat Tunisia's player Nadim Ben Maki by a narrow margin. Everyone was cheering for Nadim Ben Maki, who was playing on home soil. After Nadim pulled back his set, Geng used his service and perfect attack to win the game 11-7 and eventually beat Nadim in 4 games.
虽然说我输掉一局比赛，但是我没有就是太大的那种压力啊，或者是心态起伏呀。毕竟我还是自己心里面有一种定力，然后感觉拿下这场比赛没什么问题。
Finally, Geng won the boys' singles title in the DHS Challenge with an unbeaten record. Egypt's Karim El Hakim and Tunisia's Nadim Ben Maki won the 2nd and the 3rd place respectively. The MVPs went to Tunisia's Fedwa for girls and Egypt's Karim for boys because of their outstanding performance during the challenge. Also, the leader of China table tennis team, the vice president of DHS, Jianhua Zhang, bring the president of company. Zhang Jianhua, deputy general manager of Double Happiness, representing jointly the CTTA and Double Happiness, brought in some presents as the donation for the attending associations.
红双喜是专业的乒乓器材制造商，然后我们是跟乒乓运动密不可分。那这一次有机会，就和国际乒联、中国乒协的非洲之行活动，红双喜也很荣幸能够赞助这次活动，而且呢，我们也拿出一些适合于青少年的器材，让他们来使用，希望对他们的成绩提高也有帮助，来配合这一次国家乒乓球队的这个训练营的活动。所以说，红双喜来说的话，就是说我们希望乒乓球运动在全世界得到更多的发展。我觉得乒乓球事业也是红双喜的事业。
Because most African attendants would be in the next day's Tunisia Open, our training in the afternoon mainly focused on recovering. After small-scale internal matches, the 5-day China and Africa initiative came to a close.
大伙儿也都知道，非洲在这中间，发生了很多情况。在我们尽可能保证安全的情况下，我们还是坚持把这项活动给它实施。这样的话，那事实证明，我们来到了突尼斯，确实起到了很好的影响，确实是人们也看到了，在这种比较困难的情况下，中国乒协，应该说没有一点动摇的来到突尼斯，人们也是很感动的。
刚来的时候有没有担心呢？非洲而且有这个埃博拉。
有担心啊，我来的时候挺害怕的，而且非洲我也没来过，我也不知道这啥样。
而且前2天不是刚来2天就也生病了，有点害怕。本来对这边想象就是期望值很低，
但是到突尼斯以后，感觉这儿环境什么的还不错吧。
感觉大家一来也没有那种特别生疏的感觉，都特别像朋友，感觉就以前都认识一样，这样我自己特别喜欢。
就仅仅几天时间，不管是对咱们这团队，还是对这些训练的队友们，都已经有了感情了。
跟他们练了几天以后，也感觉有点舍不得。
反正挺舍不得的吧。